For about the past 10 months since we moved into this tiny little house, it's been awesome, but this backyard has been neglected and we no longer have a garage here, but we do have this carport and the shed, and the shed has been an absolute mess just because I have a lot of tools and then gear for all sorts of different activities. And recently I've decided that I really want to clean this up and turn it into a place that I can work on skis and bikes and use my stationary bike through the winter, since we get a pretty harsh winter here. But I still wanted a place for my tools that are accessible, and because when I stored them in there, it was always just like piling them out, working, and then at the end of the day I got to pile them all back in. I figured, why don't I build a shed that is over here, that's low profile, and it's just basically a locker, fairly small, low depth, but I'll be able to fit all of my tools in there, and then that way I can just swing the doors open, use this right here as an open bay garage, if you will, work on projects, you know, if it's my truck, anything right there, and then at the end of the day I just stuff it right back in, close the doors, and boom, it's all safe, out of the way, and keep all the dust and mess out here, and then the inside can be nice and clean. Oh, hey girl, come here, come here. Oh yeah, yeah. What's the next project, you know? So we don't know exactly how long we're going to be living in this cottage that we're in now, and one of our big dreams is to get some land up in the mountains that we could build a cabin on, potentially even an off-grid one. And so one of the other things I had in mind when I was building this was I wanted it to be lightweight enough to where it could be portable if we do move and want to bring the tools with us. So I built this whole thing with 2x4 framing. It's not a super robust build, but to be honest, it probably would have been fine even with 2x2 framing. And that way, when the time comes, if we do want to bring this with us, I can just strap it up, drag it up onto a trailer, and then haul it over to wherever our new place is. Even if there isn't a garage, a shop, or anywhere to store it, I will have a nice little tool storage bin that could potentially be the base camp for, well, hopefully a cabin build. When it comes to framing, I'll be the first to say that I am not super experienced with it, and while I don't see it to be a super complicated thing, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are going to call me out for making mistakes here, and that's fine because this is just a shed. And so I found it to be easier to frame up this back wall on the ground first, like I said, using 2x4s once again, and then just some thin plywood that would make up the wall. And I hand nailed it all down because I am a peasant and I still don't have a nail gun of my own. Look out! When I was trimming the plywood for this wall sheathing, I left a little bit of a tail on that bottom side. That way it'd have some overlap over that pressure treated framing that was already there. And so it would just help to keep that moisture out. And I was able to stand this thing up by myself, and I had preset a couple of little kickstand boards there to hold it in place. This is something that any experienced framer is well aware of, but I had actually never done it before, so it worked well. And then I dove into framing up the front, which I started by sistering two 2x4s. That will make up kind of the top beam of this. So yeah, entirely unengineered, but I think it'll do the trick. We are on to day 2. Last night I got the back wall framed, sheathed, front wall mostly framed, so it's time to dive back in. Let's do this. Because the front of this was going to be left relatively wide open, I didn't have a lot of opportunities to add bracing, and so that front is, we'll see how it turns out. But on the sides, to keep it the 2x4 flavor but not lose too much space, I actually ran the 2x4s on edge, and that way I had something to act as dividers between the compartments and to attach the sheathing to on the ends while still being plenty strong. All right, it's come together, but we need to go pay a visit to our favorite little mascot. What do you think? What do you think? Huh? What's it? Is there a leaf? Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the good views. Oh, you're so cute. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. You ready? Okay, go get it. Oh, it's hard to get work done with her around. I added a little bit more backing down on the bottom just for that sheathing to have something to attach to, and then threw in a couple of angled pieces up top that will be what the metal roofing attaches to. And I'll add the remainder in the future once I know the exact spacing of my roofing material. And then I noticed that there was a little bit of a lean because I don't have any sheathing on that front. It was finding a little bit of a lean to the right, so I used a ratchet strap to pull it back over and then triangulated with a piece of temporary 2x4 that I just attached at the top and the bottom. So we'll see if that holds, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Next up, it was time to put some sheathing on the sides, and I left these ones as bigger sheets and then I just trimmed them in place because I found sometimes it's easier to do it that way and keep nice tight flush edges. So I got the ends all sheathed up, and then it was time to move on to the roofing. For the roofing, I just bought some nice green metal roofing material from Home Depot and scratched it all up where I needed to cut, and then I used an angle grinder to cut it, which has to be one of my least favorite things to do on planet Earth because it makes your brain rattle. Then I preset the metal in place just to kind of get a feel for the layout, and I started to add more of the backer boards up top that would align well with where I wanted to screw down the metal roofing. Okay, so one of the big reasons I'm doing this whole project is to have tool storage. So I've got a bunch of these bins, and I'm going to do what I've seen other people do before, which is just basically make these sliders. That way the bins can slide in and out, but if I were to ever change it up, I don't have permanent shelves in place. Or if I want to add shelves, I just have to cut the boards and lay them between two rails. Next, I put some trim on all of the corners, and I went with a 1x3 pine board just because they seem to fit the look and they're cheap. So that's what I use. You ready for bed? I'll bring you back inside. And now it is time to get the front all covered up. So I tried to get everything nice and square, but since there's no triangulation and no room to do any triangulation, it seemed to be walking around a bit. So I figured I'd deal with that in the future, and I just started building my doors. And because these are such big areas and I wanted the doors to swing completely out of the way, I figured I might need to do 2 bifold doors, but I wasn't quite sure, and so I just went that direction to start out with and figured that if I wanted to marry them up into 2 big single doors in the future, I could do that. Day 3, sun's out, got my coffee, and it's time to build a door and get this bad boy painted. So let's make it happen. I ended up deciding that these doors were a little bit too flimsy, and so I sistered them together with a 2x3, and that seemed to make them a lot stronger, and so they'll just swing as one big door, which means I need a little more clearance, and it also means that that 2x4 is in the way on the front, and so I just chunked a little piece out of it, and it's still plenty strong, I'm sure. And just like that, the majority of the framing was complete, but the weather was about to turn worse in the next few days, and so I wanted to take advantage of this rare warm day in the winter to get a layer of primer on this thing so that it at least had a little bit of weather protection for the time being until I could get the paint on. And that meant I had to work fast and do it landlord style, I guess, just pretty much covering everything. But again, it's a shed, who cares? Now, while the primer is drying, I threw up a little shelf up above where the chop saw is going in so that I had a spot to put my little DeWalt chainsaw as well as the leaf blower so that they're just nice, easy, slip in, slip out spots, since those are two of the things that I find myself using the most frequently. And then I grabbed this old shelf that I had in the shed from my last house, and it actually worked perfect as a little storage spot for all of my screws and drill bits and just odds and ends like that. And then I got to mounting up all of my levels onto the wall because I wanted to have a spot where the things that were used frequently and were a little bit fragile could be stored right there. And then the weather turned good again the next day, so I got a layer of paint on it, which was awesome because I really was doubting whether or not I was going to be able to do that until winter was over. So while the weather might not have been perfect, it was good enough. I slapped a layer of paint on, and we've got our newly transformed black tool locker. This brought me to a point where I was finally ready to throw some tools in the locker and do my first project with it. And that was to build a little bridge over this stream thing I built in the front yard. And I'd been planning this for a while because I had a ton of scrap 2x4s laying around. And so the goal was to imitate those Forest Service bridges that you see out on trails that are like 2x4s on end. So while this one's a little more multicolored because I had all sorts of different scraps, I think it kind of gives the same vibe. Let's go build a bridge. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good job. Whee. Oh yeah. All right, well, as you can tell by the size of Maru, it has been a couple months since I finished this tool locker, and I just haven't gotten around to do a tour with it, but I have been using it and I've been loving it. As far as not having a shop or garage or anything like that, I think this is about as good as it can get for me. And so here it is. As you can tell, we got my bins over here. So this is just all a bunch of odds and ends. Easily come in and out. I can throw them in my truck. Still got my tool bench that I'm able to pull out if I want to use it out here. I'll leave it inside. And then all of the stuff hanging on the wall that's constantly, that I'm getting to, but I want to have somewhere that's somewhat safe, that's not going to get smashed. And then the shelf up here with my drill bits, other drill bits, screws, router bits, batteries, all that sort of stuff. And then painting supplies in the cabinet over here. And then shop vac air compressor, my most commonly used stuff down here as far as the power tools go, like my grinder and skill saw, and then some tools. And then over here, got my chop saw on the stand and some lighting and an extension cord, my chainsaw, and my blower. So the extension cord, pretty much when I go to use this thing, because there's no power to it, I just pull the extension cord right over the shed where I have an outlet, and then I use that, and I can plug the light in and the chop saw. So it's all set up, and it's been great. So if you have limited space and you're looking to make yourself a wood shop, I really think this is a decent way to go about it. In some ways, it's easier than having a shop because you don't have to worry about dust collection and all that stuff because you just blow it away after. So you got to deal with the elements, but otherwise, I think it's pretty rad, and I've been happy with it so far. So if you have any questions, throw them down in the comments, or if you want to see plans for it, maybe if I get enough interest, I'll make them. Sadie bought this silverware tray like a year ago, and it didn't quite fit in the drawer. She was going to return it, but I said, no, I can fix that. And so I'm finally getting around to it. I don't know why, but she's already had to remind me multiple times. It's only been a year. I just didn't have the right shop set up. So take care of it tonight.